Do you have a large breed dog that pulls? Maybe you're a female, maybe it's just a super powerful dog that pulls you, whether it's on a collar, on a harness, or some other sort of tools, and you're kind of at your wits' end and you're almost feeling like it's unsafe. Or maybe your dog's just reactive and you feel like you don't have good control in those situations. Well, I'm here to help you with a tool to solve that problem. My name is Christy Helverson. I am a force-free positive reinforcement based trainer here in Glendale, Arizona. And I'm here to tell you about one of the approved tools as part of the positive reinforcement based community that we like to use for dogs that are heavy pullers, maybe a little leash reactive, to help you kind of take the walk back and gain a little bit more control. There are a couple tools that obviously are approved. One is a harness. Two would just be a flat collar. Three would be some sort of like front clip harness. And then four is a head collar. So a head collar is, think of it as like a bridle, but for a dog. When you have control of a dog's head, you take away about 60 to 70% of their power. So if you're a smaller girl or a smaller woman, or your dog's just overly powerful, this can help you gain a little bit more control. So there's a few different options of head collars. Of course, there's non-branded versions. When I say the word gentle leader, most people know what that is. A lot of people think head collars are muzzles, but they're actually not muzzles. The point of a head collar is the dog can still open its mouth, it can still take treats, it can still pant to cool itself down, and that's an important distinction. You just have a little bit more control over your dog. The other branded option, the other most popular option, is the Halti. So I like the Halti because I think structurally and the way it's made, it's a little bit thicker, especially if you have an extra large, powerful dog. And it has a backup safety attachment from the head collar to a collar so that God forbid something were to happen, you're still attached to your dog. Whereas the gentle leader doesn't have that option. So what I'm going to show you now is what the head collar actually looks like. So when you get it, the head collar has one snap that is going to snap right behind the dog's ears. Now, it should fit pretty snugly behind the dog's ears. The dog's muzzle actually goes through the nose section and then the clips around the back of their ears, so you have head control. The leash actually attaches at this O-ring that hangs down. And then the backup safety attachment clip goes back to their collar. I'll show you what this looks like on an actual dog. So the nice thing about the OptiFit or the Halti versions and about a head collar in general is it's kind of a self-fulfilling tool. So what I mean by this is as the dog pulls, the pressure condenses on its face. You have a little bit more control. It tightens up. And so the dog learns when it stops pulling, all this pressure goes away and releases. So like there's nothing there. Now, the trick with a head collar, kind of like introducing a horse to a bridle, is you cannot just slap this tool on your dog and expect them to be like, yay, this is great. I often equate introducing a head collar to a dog to when COVID happened and everybody had to wear face masks. At first, everybody was like, I can't breathe. Get this thing off of me. And then fast forward 6 to 12 months, people are in their own cars by themselves wearing the masks. So it clearly didn't bother them. We acclimated to it. So in order to have long-term success with this tool, you really have to introduce it the right way and acclimate your dog to it so that they accept it and it can be part of your leash training solution. So this doesn't have to be a long-term solution for leash walking, but sometimes it gives you just the right amount of control and you feel more in control and more powerful that you can start implementing structure cues, etc., to your walks and prevent maybe some of the forward lunging or barking behaviors so your dog doesn't build power in those behaviors. And then once you've got good control and your dog has made a lot of improvements on their leash manners, then you can move to a harness, a collar, whatever your tool preference is. So in the next section, I'm going to show you how you help desensitize your dog to a tool such as a head collar or the Halti like I have here.